one song for you. Hope you enjoy it. Give it up for Mariachi Centenario. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mariachi Centenario, and we'll keep it going with the performance.
I just want to say thank you everyone for joining us today on Spartan Shield's 6th Annual Media Day. My name is Julian Avalos. This is my first year in Spartan Shield. I am part of the sports committee and I am also I'm part of the broadcast and also a news anchor.
My name is Jules Chavez. This is my first year in Spartan Spartan Shield as well. I'm a news anchor for the broadcast and I write for the news committee.
After high school, I plan to attend LBCC where I plan to pursue in mechanical engineering and graduate within 2 years and transfer to Cal State or UC.
This fall, I will attend Cal State Fullerton and major in computer science.
Quick rundown of the show. I will soon introduce Mr. Tall. He'll come speak a few words, and then he'll introduce our editors. Our editors will then share a speech they have been working on and highlight a few stories of the year. And with that being said,
we will also be interviewing a news reporter from Telemundo named Guillermo Quiroz.
And with that being said, we will now introduce Mr. Tall.
Mr. Tall!
Oh, there you go. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to our 6th annual Spartan Shield Media Day. Let's give a round of applause to our mariachi and our first 2 speakers. Let me tell you a little about what Media Day is. So, among other things, the goal of today is, number one, to introduce you guys to what journalism is and what's the importance of journalism in our campus and around the world. So, we adopted this a long time ago, Democracy Dies Darkness, and our mission statement was to make sure that everything that is published here is student run. So, when you go to our website, when you go to our YouTube page or social media page, I try to empower our students so they have a voice to share the voice of HP. Because HP does have a voice, right? Let me hear it. All right, so between the things that we do, first, we wanted to share what journalism is, and number 2, we wanted to bring in new Spartan Shield members. So if after this presentation you are interested in joining journalism or Spartan Shield, please come and see my 2 ladies over there, Kimberly and Jamie. They're waving right there. They have applications for journalism for next year. With that said though, our program provides many different things. We are bringing back our newspaper next year, where we deliver it to your classes. We have a podcast. If you go to Spotify, you go Apple Music, you could find us by typing in Spartan Shield Podcast. What we also have is a social media page, and this year, I've been waiting for this for 5 years, we've hit 2,000 followers. Let's go. And it's not just any followers, we have alumni, we have students, so even after you graduate and you wanted to see what happens at HP, please just hit subscribe, hit follow for our Instagram page and our YouTube page, which we publish our broadcast that you'll see more about. But that's enough of me today. We're gonna bring out some of our Shield speakers. These are my editors, my leaders for the program. My first speaker is going to be our culture editor, Victoria Gonzalez, and our opinions editor, Leslie Negrete.
My name is Victoria Gonzalez, and I am the culture editor at Spartan Shield, where I lead a group every issue on writing about new popular movies, music, and more. I am also a part of the Stress Free Club, MESA, and next year I will be the student representative in the LSLC that we have here on campus. As culture editor, the work that I and my team produce is important because we specialize on the more fun side of news that we as a younger generation might enjoy as a break from all the chaos that goes on in the world. Some stories that I wanted to share with you are Grammy's Mixed Bag Event by Emily Leyva and Soaring into a New Era by Jamie Amezcua. A story I wanted to highlight this year is Los Angeles' most scary subgenre. This was written by Martin Sayans, and it was about the goth community in LA and here at HP. What I liked about this story was that it talked about the history of the Gothic community and its music. It also included many clubs and events in Los Angeles where people go and share their passion. Martin's story also incorporates quotes from small artists as they share their love for this popular genre. This year, I got to really bond with my group and the people in the class. I have made many friendships, and unfortunately, many are seniors. I'm looking forward to the new group of writers that we will see next year. Though I'm only a junior and don't have any plans set in stone, in the future, I do hope to continue pursuing journalism. I enjoy speaking and writing on things that aren't necessarily right, and I hope that one day in the future, my work as a journalist will change things. Next, I have Leslie Negrete, the opinions editor.
Hello, my name is Leslie Negrete, and I am the opinions editor. I am responsible for leading the staff writers in my group into creating a story relevant to subjects in school or out of school that they have strong feelings towards. I am in charge of brainstorming ideas along with my group, providing feedback, and uploading stories. movement, voices to be heard, and to show awareness towards things typically left in the dark. Aside from journalism, I am president of the film club, and this year I was recently involved in the Believers Club and yearbook. With the activities I was involved with throughout high school, I created many good memories and exposed myself to new experiences and activities. My future goal is to graduate with a bachelor's degree in business economics and further my education to have my ideal job in business or film. The three stories I want to share are The Reality of Being a Student Worker, written by Jules Chavez, The Rise of Digital Pay, written by Evelyn Salgado, and Lagua Letdown, written by Logan Gonzalez. The story I want to highlight in detail is The Reality of Being a Student Worker, written by Jules, because the writing throughout the article holds a strong opinion but also describes real-life struggles that students go through that are typically pushed aside. Next, I will be presenting features editor Daphne Hernandez and sports editor Melanie Escalera.
Hi, my name is Melanie Escalera. I am a senior, and throughout my years at HP, I've been a part of sports like flag football and basketball, and I was also a manager for girls soccer. This is my first year as Spartan Shield sports editor, and my involvement and passion for sports is what encouraged me to take on this position. My goal is to graduate with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice at Cal Poly Pomona, and my position involves leading a group of students that are interested in informing our school about sports-related events. I read each story in my committee to edit and finalize them before they get published, and this year I got to make new friends and connect with the people in my class. I feel like they've made my senior year very memorable, and that's something I'm going to miss when I graduate. Three stories I believe were the most memorable this year were Bell vs. HP by Patrick Elias, Girls Golf by Beleni Tapia, and An Ancient Performance by me. I selected these stories because it keeps people up to date about the sports that are on campus. The story I would like to highlight is Bell vs. HP by Patrick Elias because it highlighted the most anticipated game of the year and it captured the players and crowd's emotion as the game continued. Now I will be introducing you to the next speaker, Daphne Hernandez.
Hi, my name is Daphne Hernandez. I am currently a senior. I am this year's features editor in Spartan Shield. I am also ASB president in leadership and have been in color guard for the past 3 years. My future plans are to attend Cal State University Fullerton and graduate with a bachelor's degree in psychology. As features editor, I was in charge of assigning articles to staff writers who joined my group every couple of issues and ensured their stories were informative and well written. My job was to edit their content, punctuation, spelling, grammar, and upload the story drafts so our editor-in-chief can publish them onto our Spartan Shield website. 3 stories I believe were most memorable this year were From Order to Chaos, Chris Arana's Transition from Japan to California by Juliana Chavez, Years of Fear by Emily Negrete, and Rocking into Modern Music by Jamie Amesqua. I selected these 3 stories because they spread awareness on important topics around our campus and within our community. A story I would like to highlight is Drew's story because it introduces a new student on campus and speaks about his transition from Japan to Huntington Park and his experience here at Huntington Park High School. Next, I would like to introduce Desiree Delgado, our news editor, and Andrew Gomez, our assistant news editor.
There we go. Hi, I'm Desiree. I'm currently a senior. In the fall, I will be attending UCLA, pursuing my bachelor's of science in biology. I am currently not only participating in Spartan Shield, but also a group editor in yearbook, and then also the president of the debate club. So my responsibility is in charge of the news section of Spartan Shield, in charge of a group of 6 to 7 students, where we range from various topics from local to global news, ranging from the election, Trump's legislation, LA fires, and then also with the recently LA fire chief being fired. My story that I chose to highlight was HP corruption, also named Dirty Pond, named by the FBI. So our last mayor, Mayor Macias, millions of dollars were stolen where we were promised a Salt Lake Park pool, where we have no pool from there. I named the story No Pool for You. I like to highlight how there is a history of HP corruption in HP City Council, as previous
My name is Andrew Gomez, and I'm a senior, and I'm currently a staff writer for the news department in Spartan Shield and involved in the photography department. I'm going to attend UCLA in the fall with a major in language science with a minor in music. A story that I want to highlight is about Trump's attack on trans and non-binary rights. This article highlights how in the U.S. with our newly elected president is targeting trans youth and health institutions to support. Trump has passed a few executive orders that are very harmful mentally and physically towards the trans youth community in the U.S. That makes no place safe. It also highlights harmful stereotypes and misconceptions which are not true and are used as evidence to pass bills, executive orders, and much more. I am very thankful for our newsletter for giving us the opportunity to let us inform others through our articles.
Now we will be transitioning into the podcast crew, Martin Sands and Cassandra Aguilar.
I'm currently a Spartan, a journalist for Spartan Shield, and one of the hosts for the Spartan Shield podcast called Los Metiches. As one of the main hosts of the podcast, it allows us to cover multiple activities, events, and issues happening in and outside of our school. One of my favorite podcast episodes has to be Toxic Friendships. It covered the feelings and experiences of classmates who were or still are in toxic friendships. It brought awareness of how physically and mentally draining toxic friendships can be. It also expresses a sense of similarity because even when we think no one will understand, somebody in your classroom, friend group, or even school will understand. I'm also involved in various clubs, such as president for Spartan Buddies, book club, and as well as coach for the Hanina Park Girls Volleyball Clinic. I plan to attend UCLA with a major in psychology and political science, with the future goal of becoming a lawyer. A story I want to highlight today is the one I've written throughout my time in Spartan Shield, that is about the Department of Education being defunded. This article highlights that as Trump entered office, he had already planned to defund public schools, causing a public elementary school in Texas to close its doors for the next school year starting in the fall. I am beyond grateful for all our editors who let us inform others about these important issues. Now moving on to Martin Steins.
Hello. My name is Martin Sines. I'm the co-host of the Metiches podcast. I'm a senior here at HP. I will be going to Cal State Long Beach to pursue directing and screenplay writing as my major in cinematic arts. Overall, I think my experience with the podcast was very well. I love my podcast team. Like, everyone is always on it. Everyone's always so happy. I think journalism has been very good for me in just reaching out and finding new ways to reach the community. I think the best podcast moment we had was probably in that episode Cassandra was talking about, mostly because I got to see anonymous amounts of you crashing out in the comments. It was pretty funny. There's a lot of people yelling about their friends that they are no longer friends with, but I think it was very fun. I think it was great, and I think you should all join journalism. I think Cassandra did a pretty good job at explaining everything, so we should move on to yearbook. Okay, I'm calling up Diana Lagos and Camila Enriquez.
Hello, we're part of the yearbook team, but before we start, we have a video we'd like to share. We hope you enjoy. So this video demonstrates this year's yearbook theme, Highlight the New, which our co-chief editor Camila Enriquez will go more in depth. So my name is Diana Lagos. I've been in yearbook for 3 years, but I've been the editor-in-chief for 2. I'm proud to have been a part of yearbook, and through long hours and undergoing setbacks, we carry something special, a time capsule of our school's memories and this generation's story. I'm grateful for the friendship lessons and experiences that have that have shaped me. I know that they'll stay with me for years, and I'm sad to say that this is my last year, but I look forward to what lies ahead of me, and I'd like to thank my friends, and the members, and my teacher, Ms. Enriquez, for trusting me to be the editor-in-chief. Now for Ganga.
Good afternoon, my name is Camila Enriquez and I'm your co-chief editor. One important job I have as co-chief editor is determining a theme that perfectly and creatively represents the experiences of our classmates. I was particularly passionate about determining this year's theme because of how demanding 2024 to 2025 has been. And despite the negative events that have affected our campus, this year we saw new classrooms built, new clubs that emerged, new sports that were established, new teachers that joined us, and most importantly, we saw the new spirit that you brought to this school. These factors are what motivate us to decide this year's theme, Highlight the New. Our yearbook's team main priority is to capture the essence of your school year and to make sure that in 20 years you'll look back on this special artifact. Becoming a part of the yearbook team has taught me so much more than photography. I've learned about marketing, graphic design, communications, social media management, and much more. If you're interested in joining yearbook next year, you can visit our table to grab an application on the right-hand side of the auditorium. And if you bought a yearbook, make sure you receive your distribution ticket at our table as well. And with that, I'll be introducing the broadcast team. That is Melanie Moreno Contreras
and Brianna Miranda.
I wanted to start off by showing you guys a mix of videos we put together of our broadcast team's funny moments. Please enjoy. My name is Brianna Miranda, and this is my first year in Spartan Shield. I have also been in the girls soccer team for about 3 years and also a yearbook member for the last 2 years. My role in journalism is being one of the broadcast editors along with Alexandra Sahamoun. I'm so thankful to have been able to work with so many fun, amazing people in the team committee. I plan to attend Cal State Fullerton in the fall, studying public health and in hopes to pursuing a career in nursing. I enjoy trying new things and always have been open-minded to new opportunities. A favorite segment of mine was probably the time when Patrick, Julian, and I gave a tour of the new buildings because of how much energy we put into it and how tired we were after. Now, I would like to pass it to our director.
Hello everyone, my name is Melanie Moreno Contreras and I've been very involved in the music department such as marching band, mariachi, and other ensembles. I'm also part of the magnet school where I've participated in MESA competitions. I'm also a part of Student Site Council, LSLC, and most recently Chemistry Club. My plans for the part are to attend UCLA as a neuroscience major under the pre-med track. And I've been a member of Spartan Shield for the past 2 years. This year, I'm broadcast director. I was also broadcast director along with Lisa, but she's not here anymore. And I was also anchor for some episodes. My role in broadcast has been to organize meetings, to select fun segments for our episodes, and work closely with Brianna and Alex, our editors, to ensure everything runs smoothly. And the highlight of my time on broadcast was probably last semester with Eliza. As you guys saw in the last clip of the video, that was my most favorite moment. And also the videos that Patrick and Brandon made, those were also very funny. Thank you. And next up, we have Stephanie Sanchez, our social media manager, and Mr. Tom.
Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Sanchez and I'm a senior here at HP. I currently serve as a staff writer and social media manager for Spartan Shield. After high school, I plan to attend UC Davis and major in media studies in the future. I hope to pursue a career in media or public relations, something I've always been passionate about and excited to grow in. This is my second year managing Spartan Shield's social media account and my first year officially holding the title of social media manager. My role is to highlight school events, school news, students, staff through Instagram posts. While it might seem like a small job, I believe it plays a meaningful role in showcasing what our school's specialness. It helps capture the student experience and spread news quickly and effectively through platforms most students use every day. 3 posts that I feel truly represent our school spirit are the BAPA Showcase, where division performing arts students were able to show off their art, the student walkout against mass deportations, which brought attention to how students are using their voices to stand up for what they believe in. Next, the Latin Grammy Foundation visit, where students got to learn about entrepreneurship from our guest speaker, Chiquis Rivera. I chose these moments because each one highlights a different strength of our school's community, creativity, student activism, and pride in who we are. Thank you to everyone, and I'll be passing it over to Mr. Taw.
All right, so give a round of applause to all our student speakers. Once again, if you're interested in journalism, we have a table right here. You come speak to, or you stop by my room in room 412. If you plan to join journalism next year, we'll be working with a very special person. I want to introduce officially the 2025-2026 Editor-in-Chief, Victoria Gonzalez.
Thank you, Tom. I'm very grateful. I also want to recognize Yareli because she was a really good editor-in-chief. As you guys know, the members in the group, they're all seniors, most of them, so we're going to need a lot of new members. So if anyone is interested and you like what we were showing today, ask Ta or ask any of the members, or you can get an application from that table there. Thank you.
All right, let's do the final part of our show. So before we even bring out our special guests, I want to bring out 2 of our broadcast anchors to interview them. Let's bring out our first one, senior Patrick Elias, and senior broadcast director Melly Soto. And then, so today I have a video to show you first, and then we're bringing out our special guest. Let's have our video play to introduce Guillermo Quiroz. Let's go.
Telemundo 52, certificado por Weather Rate en español, por brindarte el pronóstico más exacto en tu idioma en el sur de California. Cuenta con la precisión de Telemundo 52, siempre contigo. ¿Qué es un vórtice polar? Bueno, pues no es otra cosa que el encapsulamiento de todo ese aire frío en los polos, y cuando se debilita la corriente de vientos máximos que hay alrededor, que es esta línea rosada, comienza a escurrirse desde el norte ese frío ártico hacia los Estados Unidos. Hola, soy Guillermo Quiroz y te espero con mi reporte del tráfico a las 5 y 6 de la mañana por Telemundo 52, siempre contigo.
All right, let's do a great Spartan welcome to Guillermo Quiroz.
Thank you, everybody. How are you today?
Quiroz, thank you for the invitation. I have makeup in my face because I was doing the meet show right now, well, at noon, and I came from Universal Studio, which is located at Telemundo 52, and thank you, it's a great honor being here. Hopefully, you have a bunch of questions. I broadcast in Spanish because it's my language, but I try to do it in English like right now. But you understand, right? Yeah! Where is my friend that has a very you, right? Can you do another one because I was sleeping and you yeah, yes, do it. What? God. You are great. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Let me be more comfortable here.
All right, to get started, can you just tell the crowd a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I was born in Puebla, Mexico. It's interesting because Huntington Park and Puebla, Mexico, they are sister cities. It's amazing, no? It's a special program that they interchange people, you know, culture, things like that, and it's amazing. I know that Huntington Park has more than 90% of Mexican population or Latin population, so that's cool, great. I would like to. So when I start, you know, I have the dream to be a journalist, but it's a kind of different journalism. It's like science behind the news. Because I like the weather. I like camping. I like hiking. I like the outdoors. And I was thinking, why we don't talk about more of the nature, the data that we can have for the nature. For example, Popocatépetl, which means in Nahuatl, montaña humeante, or smoky mountain, is located in Puebla and Mexico City. So the Popocatépetl started, Popocatépetl means smoky mountain, so it means always the history is smoking, it's an eruption. So I started to talk about that when I was at school, and I thought there is a good moment to go and ask the press or television or radio to tell more about the Popocatépetl or the things that happened. So I started with that dream. I knocked the door and nobody opened the door. So it was crazy, but finally I started in El Sol de Puebla, which is a press, it's a newspaper, very well known in Mexico, in Puebla. And I start with the page of the weather, the page that I can say how it's gonna be, the temperatures, it's gonna rain or not, the drought, things, you know, data that we didn't have. I'm talking about 30 years ago, imagine that. So it was a completely different idea. So I started in a special program to have my license of radio and broadcast by the Secretary of Education in Puebla. So you have to apply, you have to do tests, things like that. And it was like hard, but I did it. I had my license, and I started immediately on television, radio, and press. It was amazing, really. I love it. I should study English, but I said, no, I'm here in Puebla, what I'm gonna do in the other part of the world, or in the United States. But suddenly I had the opportunity. Somebody told me that they need a weather guy. I studied in Mexico for the Observatory of Water Commission in Mexico. The weather, which is a long time ago, it was like, what, are you a wish, or how do you know where it's gonna rain or no, things like that. So, where was I?
The opportunity to go for a weather guy?
Yes, the weather guy. So basically, what I did is I started television, and somebody told me, Los Angeles has an opportunity to work in Spanish for the community in Spanish, speaking Spanish, and you can do the weather over there. I don't speak English, so how? No, you are going to do it in English and in Spanish. And I came like 26 years ago, and I started Univision, and I started my career here in the United States. Let me tell you something. It was the most great adventure in my life. I met my wife here in the United States. I have my kids that they speak perfect Spanish and English. By the way, if you are bilingual, you are good, or more languages. If you can speak English or another language, that would be great for you, because now we don't have borders. Now we have the social media that you can speak whatever language with the artificial intelligence or the, you know. It was amazing, this trip. I start very young, like you guys. I have the dream. My parents says, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" Well, it's kind of tough. That's why then later I joined the Solar System Ambassador from NASA. It's a program, very nice program, because, you know, when you do the weather, you use the satellites, you see where is the low pressures, the storms, things like that. And NASA launched those satellites and things like that. They have the data. So it was Kay Ferrari, a person that works here in JPL Laboratory of Propulsion in Pasadena, and she said, "You know, Guillermo, we are interested in you." I said, "Oh my goodness, that's great." But the thing is, she knows that I don't speak English so well. So she says, "No, we want you to speak in Spanish for the parents. Because you guys, maybe your parents speak Spanish but not English, and they don't understand the opportunities that you have, because we come to work here, right? They are busy doing a lot of stuff at work, and sometimes there is no connection with you, with your dreams. So NASA told me, you have to go outside and talk about the diverse, you know, the missions that we have, robotics, humans, whatever NASA has, and talk to the people, but especially with the parents, in Spanish, so they can understand that the STEAM careers, which is, you know, science, technology, engineering, math, are important. So much of you guys, like I can see, you're science, you know, that's the future of the things like journalism. But the most important is that there's an opportunity. You can open doors if you speak 2 languages, English and another one. And my suggestion is learn the language. Don't be like me. No, well, it's amazing. Now, we are duopoly in Telemundo, means that most of the journalists speak English and Spanish perfectly, and I'm in my way to learning. So, how am I doing? Good? Well, I started like that a long time ago.
Thank you.
Another question.
Yeah, so most of us are graduating seniors, and most of us, as we know, are from the Latino or Hispanic community. What advice would you give to us seniors that are pursuing STEM careers?
Yes, first of all, congratulations, you are awesome. There are, yes. We're gonna applause to you guys. You have a dream, that's the most important. Another thing is that you have a voice. That voice must be heard. So you especially in this moment when there is a political situation, when you know, especially for Latino community, has been you know, tortured with a lot of things. But we are here. We aren't going anywhere. We have a future. You are very important, and you are the future of this community. So good luck. Be creative. Be drive with inspiration, and most important, be original. Look for the most important value, which is the truth. That's the most important.
Thank you.
Something else we were wondering was, like, were there any challenges that you faced throughout your journey that people here would also relate to, that you overcome?
Yes, like I said, when I was knocking the doors to try to go and start, it was really hard, especially in Mexico. It's hard to open the door because nobody trusts you. You say, well, how old are you? I'm 18 years old. You're a kid, man. How do you know about this and that, you know? Especially in journalism. But when you want something, you fight for that. You continue trying to do it because it's what you do, right? It's what you think. Imagine my parents, they thought I'm gonna be a lawyer because they say, no, you have everything, you talk good, you're gonna be a lawyer. But I said, you know what? I don't like too much that. I don't like it. So it was a disappointment for my parents. But later, with the time when they saw that I'm starting to climb in the media like television, radio, and the time that I took to be more experienced in that, they say, you know what, we love you, we support you. So that's the first challenge, your own family. Yeah. But the most important is you. I remember one lady came and said, Guillermo, I would like to do the weather like you. And I said, well, that's great. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I can be able to do? Yes, of course, you're beautiful, you can do everything, you speak very well, you have the knowledge. But I don't know, do you think the company can hire me? Yes, I think so. So the question is not what I think. The question is, what do you think about you, right? So the first person that you have to convince is you guys. You have to be, whatever happened, I like this because I tried. If you don't like something and you try, that's okay. You can change, right? Yeah. That's the good part of life, that you can change whatever you, but look always for something that you like. I remember I wrote the book, the name is The Element. I can't remember the author, but The Element, maybe you wrote that book. It says that when you are in your element is when you feel good, when you are working in something and suddenly 4 or 5 hours pass and you are not hungry and somebody, hey, knock the door, get out of here. No, I'm busy right now. And you don't know, you are in your element. It's like when you are a fish, in the water, so you can move around and you can do. So look for that element, look for that passion, whatever it is. Believe in you, guys, is the most important, because if you don't believe in you, finally you're gonna do something for somebody that has a dream, working for somebody that has his dream, not your dream. So that's the most important. I think so. Thank you.
Thank you. Bueno, hoy en nuestra audiencia nos acompañan estudiantes y personal que su primer idioma es el español. Me gustaría saber si pudiera compartir sus momentos favoritos en Telemundo.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Bien, ahora sí voy a hablar bonito, hombre, claro. Oiga, por cierto, a mí me gusta cantar, ahorita que estaban cantando así la de Alejandro Fernández, ya me iba a parar a cantar. I was just take with the mariachi to sing. I love it, but the thing is I don't sing. Solo canto en la regadera. Bueno, para todos aquellos que hablan español, primero que nada yo estoy muy contento. Ha sido la aventura más grande de mi vida. No solo porque me vine sin nada, completamente así, sin nada desde México, sino porque empecé a construir amistades, amigos. Aquí conocí a mi esposa, que es bilingüe, ella habla español e inglés. Mis hijos ahora, tengo 3 hijos varones. En mi casa somos puros hombres y yo quería tener niñas y mala suerte. Nuevamente niños tuve. Pero bueno, lo importante es que ha sido la aventura más grande trabajar en los Estados Unidos en lo que hago, en lo que me gusta. Mi misión son 3 cosas. Primero que nada, informar. Si hay una situación donde venga algún tipo de onda cálida, que venga un sistema que nos afecte como Palisades, nosotros 48 horas antes sabíamos lo que iba a pasar con los incendios, sabíamos que era un riesgo muy elevado y peligroso y así lo notificamos, así lo hicimos. Entonces, primero que nada, informarle a la comunidad donde estoy viviendo la importancia de proteger su vida, la de sus familiares y la de las personas y sus bienes que están en la comunidad. La segunda es educarlos. Y cuando digo educarlos no es que les vaya, simplemente de alguna forma que entendamos que la ciencia detrás de la noticia también es educación, entender cómo se van formando estos sistemas y cómo prepararnos mejor para que no estemos vulnerables y no nos muramos o perdamos nuestras casas, ¿no? Y la última y la más importante misión que yo tengo es inspirarlos a ustedes, muchachos jóvenes, a que sigan sus sueños. a que sigan luchando por ellos. La nobleza de sus sueños es lo más importante. Sí, puedes oír al amigo, puedes oír a tu papá, alguien puede influir en ti, pero a fin de cuentas el que va a decidir qué es lo que vas a hacer eres tú. Y a final de cuentas tú eres el que se va a sentir libre de hacerlo o no hacerlo. En pocas palabras, gracias a Telemundo que me ha dado la oportunidad de poder expresar eso, expresar la información que ustedes necesitan con la comunidad. La segunda, poder tener la oportunidad de explicarles cómo funcionan estos fenómenos para que ustedes también se motiven, y lo más importante es inspirarlos. Estamos viviendo un momento muy difícil relacionado al cambio climático. No es por casualidad lo que pasó en Palisades o el incendio de Pasadena. No es casualidad que los niveles del mar sigan subiendo. No es casualidad que el planeta se esté calentando y que tenga un efecto no solo en el sur de California, no solo en California, en los Estados Unidos, sino en Centroamérica, Asia y en todo nuestro planeta. Recordemos también que no estamos solos. Somos seres humanos que pensamos y planeamos nuestro futuro, pero en nuestras manos también está la vida de todas las especies de este planeta. Ahí hay un campo muy grande y muy importante en el periodismo, que es lo que estamos cubriendo en Telemundo, la importancia del cambio climático y cómo nos afecta directamente a todos. Y ahí es donde cae como anillo al dedo para mí, porque es lo que yo amo. Yo he tenido la oportunidad de subir montañas como el Everest. No he llegado a la cima porque me han faltado $60,000, que es lo que cuesta el permiso, pero el escalar montañas como el Santa Elena, aquí en Washington, que es hermosísimo, también lo he escalado. El Iztaccíhuatl, que es la mujer dormida que está junto al Popocatépetl, también el Pico de Orizaba, que es la montaña sagrada más grande de México, el Mont Blanc en Francia. Entonces, la pasión que hay para mí en escalar montañas y poderle enseñar a la gente cómo funciona la meteorología y la geografía ha sido increíble. Espero no pasarme del tiempo, pero pues ahí está la respuesta.
Bueno, solo una pregunta más rápida. Si puede compartir un poco sobre el libro que escribió, Darle significado a tu vida.
Sí, justamente, y ¿saben qué? Como cuántas personas sabemos aquí. Quizás somos, maybe we are like 200, right? Something like that. So I want to do that. I'm going to bring, in a couple days, 200 copies of my book to give to everybody. I don't know if you want to sign or something to give it, but I'm going to be free for you, the book, because that book... By the way, it's in Spanish, but you know, you can use the apps and you translate very fast. That's another challenge that you have, you know, the new technology. But by the way, that book, Dale significado a tu vida, is exactly about that. It's exactly about you guys. It's exactly how you have meaning to your life. Means that, dale significado a tu vida. Habla de la importancia de tus sueños, de que en tus manos está tu futuro y tú lo puedes hacer. So, recopilé más de 200 frases célebres que he escuchado a lo largo de mi vida y las implementé ahí en ese libro, Dale significado a tu vida, que les va a encantar, les va a dar un poquito más acerca de lo que es el periodismo y sobre todo de cómo inspiró mi vida en poder visitarlos a ustedes, poderlos inspirar, pero sobre todo seguir informando a nuestra comunidad, que creo que es lo más importante.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
All right. Guillermo, would you mind if we ask our students if they have any questions for you?
Yes, please. Yes. If you have any questions,
if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and we have two.
Finally, I can see everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any questions from the audience?
¡Despierten! Wake up! Any question, everybody? Allá, no te estabas despertando, ¿verdad? I'm sorry. Les levantó la mano así. Any question en español, en inglés, maybe? Oh, over there. Gracias.
Daphne, there's one back there too.
All the way down. Sí, a ver si, para que escuchemos todos. I can hear.
Ricky, just wait for the mic. The mic's coming. So we're gonna do with Julian's first. Julian's first.
My name is Adrian Flores. I'm in the 10th grade. And I wanted to ask, how do you prepare in the morning for Telemundo?
Oh my goodness! Well, I started in Mexico in the morning show, but let me tell you something, because it's cool, it's nice, but you have to have discipline. 2 a.m., my alarm, 2 a.m. start to beep, 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 beep. Because 2 a.m. I start my routine, wake up, take a shower, if not imagine with my hair like this, you know? So we start very early. Then I have to be at Telemundo station, which is at Universal Studios Hollywood, at 3 a.m. So we have a meeting with the producers, editors, what's going on right now. By my part is tell them if it's important. Right now, tomorrow we have a heat wave. No, it's not too long for us, it's just tomorrow. But you know, people can die, especially inside the cars. So we talk about that, the things that we have to do, the interventions that we are going to have along the 2 hours of the morning. So if it's important to send a reporter to a special place, if there is a risk of fire or something that we have to inform you. So we start to create the notice like that. It's not a fake news. It's a lot of people working to give you the information, give you the place where you can have air condition or where you can get water. So we start like that very early. At 5 o'clock when we start, we are ready. It's just a delivery. We already have people, producers, editors, cameramen. Everybody is working 24 hours a day because we have the shift of night, which is finished at 11:30. But there are people working at midnight, you know, the producer, assignment desk, and people, you know, news happen every time, earthquakes happen every time. So we are ready, thanks to Telemundo, that they have a huge people, good people working every time, 24 hours, 7 days. So we start the day like that. Thank you for the question.
All right, Daphne?
Hello.
Hi.
That's scary. I'm Ricky Barbosa and I'm in 11th grade. I was curious to know, when you found out you wanted the job you picked, did your family accept that choice?
Well, my parents or because sometimes my wife says, what are you doing? You know, it's hard.
Both works.
Okay, yeah. Well, my parents, they are so proud. After they say, what are you doing? Why you are doing that? Long time ago. Then later say they, you know what? We are so proud because you are happy. Because you now are doing something that you love and you are giving something special to the lives of not only me, not only my family, but my society. So, but my wife, honestly, she's amazing. I love her too much, but sometimes she says, hey, you have a family, you have a graduation of your kids, and sometimes I'm working, you know? Sometimes when the storms comes, I'm 20, 40 hours at the station working because it's important for me. Of course, I have vacation, of course, a lot of things, but most of the time, everybody is proud of what I'm doing, especially working on radio, television, and you know, the newspapers. That there are no more newspapers, everything is changing now. You guys have a very interesting challenge for the next years, so right now even, with the new technology and the internet and the apps, you know, TikTok is super fast. Oh my God, imagine all the information that you have in only 10 seconds. Most of them is a fake news, be careful with that. So that's why it's very important, the credibility, it's very important, the value of the truth. But yeah, my family and friends are very proud. I'm so happy for that. Thank you. Another question? Maybe, oh, yes.
All right, we only have enough time for one question, okay?
All right. My name is Matthew. I'm in 12th grade. Do you think the money is worth like being away from your family?
The money?
Yes, the money.
Well, let me tell you something. When I was working in Mexico on television, it was nothing. It was you go on TV and things, and I believe if you have a business, you earn more money. But when I came here to the United States, everything changed. Not only because the dollar and the difference between pesos and dollars, but yes, of course, money is important. Even the media is changing. When you have content, when you are communicating, when you have a contact with your community, when you have a value, credibility to give to the community, you have a value, and then the money is important. It's a great money. Of course, you're not going to be rich, or maybe you can if you invest your money. Depends on your administration. But yes, money is important, and yes, there is money because you can do a lot of things. You can talk in radio, you can do special documentals, series, or you can work on TV, or you can work at NASA. Actually, I'm voluntary for NASA because I work for NBC Telemundo, and to have no conflict of interest, I decide to donate and serve with the Solar System Ambassador. Is just for free because I'm happy to do that. But if you want to do that, you can work with the NASA too and do a lot of things. But yeah, money is important, and there is money over there, of course.
All right, let's give a round of applause for Guillermo Quiroz. We have about 5 minutes left. Class to stay here until the bell rings. And can I invite all the Spartan Shield members to do one final photo shoot with Mr. Quiroz? As we're getting ready, can you guys play our last video and as our sign out?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much.
passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing, still growing. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be something. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young, but still.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday things would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming. Got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought. I felt comfortable with myself.
I'm gonna run really quick. When? Right now. Oh, you doing the time? Please don't fall, because I'm a cracker black. Yes! I can.
So you're still thinking of me, just like I know you should. I cannot give you everything, you know I wish I could. I'm so
Teachers Writing.
Hello. I'm sorry, just want to say tomorrow early I'm gonna have these photos with you in the newscast. So please, everybody, later I'm gonna be there to have the photos with everybody. Thank you very much. Tomorrow early, 5 to 6 a.m. 5 to 6 a.m. tomorrow. Buenos días, Telemundo. Awesome. All right, squeeze in a little, squeeze in. Squeeze in.
Young, dumb, high school kid. We have so much in common. We argue all the time. You always say I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. What's fun about commitment when we have all life to live? Yeah, we're just young, dumb, and blue. We still got love to give while we young, dumb, young, dumb, and blue. Young, dumb, young, dumb, and blue. Young, dumb, young, dumb, and blue. Young, dumb, blue, high school kid. Young, dumb, blue, high school kid.
Class of 2025. Here.
Class of 2026.
Maybe. Future cameraman right here.
Future cameraman, maybe.
This is us. Well, this is me signing off. And hopefully, next time you open this camera, it'll be Mauricio signing on.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.